Hey everybody, today is September 29th. This is 7th grade science. I'm Mr. Sheridan. I hope you're all having a great day. We have some important things to cover today, so I want to make sure that we show you exactly what you need to do. So in your Google Classroom, I need you to come in and do your daily attendance and your daily check-in just like every day. So today we have some new things that are posted in here. So the first thing that I want to touch on is if you haven't done this yet, if you haven't been in class, you haven't understood what we're doing, next week, a week from yesterday, so that's October 5th, Monday, October 5th, so next Monday, we are hoping that if the weather cooperates with us, that we can get all of our students here to the school. So we have a rehab center that is going to bring some animals in that we're going to cover all the things that we've been discussing with ecosystems in terms of some actual real life animals that they're going to bring in for us and do a little presentation for you. So, but in order for you to do that, you need to fill out this form. Even if you know that you can't come, you need to fill out this form. So I need you to go in, click on this, fill it out. You can read this in introduction to the assignment itself or what we're doing. It'll give you all the information you need. And then these two assignments here, this is the big stuff. This is really super duper important. You're going to open these up. These are Google Forms. Okay, this is your summative assessment. You'll see that in the title here, it's got week 7, and then most of your assignments have been formative assessments. These two assignments are summative assessments, meaning they will be assigned to a target, and this will count towards your final grade. So really super important that you look at these and you get these done correctly. So you're going to click on these, you're going to open up these Google Forms, and you're going to go through and answer those questions. Be thorough. Make sure that you expand on your answers. The longer form answers mean that you need to write a paragraph. You need to actually write and tell us and explain your answers as well as you can. And here's the thing. If you want to score well, you need to, especially in those long form answers, you need to use the vocabulary. So what I've done, a little cheat code for everybody. If you go back into the vocabulary that's posted there, I've posted all the vocabulary words that you need to have defined. So there are 53 of them now, which is a huge number. But so you can go back through here and you can look at these and see if you're missing any. But what I want to encourage you to do is use this vocabulary when you're defining things. So we're going to ask you, is what would happen if all of the grass goes away in, so we've got a food chain, you've got a consumer at the top, producers on the bottom. If one of your producers just goes away, what all happens to that food chain? Well, I need you to tell me the answer in terms of the vocabulary that we've been discussing in class. So you need to go through and make sure that you have that vocabulary, that you understand it, and that you can use it in a sentence. So let's just take a couple of examples here. When you're describing something, you need to describe the climate. So if the grass all goes away, is that going to change anything in terms of so if you're talking about grasslands and for whatever reason, if there's a wildfire, if all the grass goes away, those consumers, those herbivores, again, these are all types of this vocabulary. This is the way that you need to talk about these situations. You need to be using this vocabulary. So the population of a consumer that relies on grass that would be in the grasslands obviously would be incredibly affected if something changed in the climate that caused the grass to go away. This is how you need to start thinking and start writing your sentences. So when we get down into here, so we talk about, herbivores and carnivores. These are the words that you need to be using. Photosynthesis is one of our early words. So we need to be using the photosynthesis in terms of, the energy that we get comes from the sun. And in terms of photosynthesis, the grass produces photosynthesis, which then produces energy in the form of glucose, which then is consumed by consumers. Therefore, then they are eaten by so then that herbivore would be eaten by another carnivore. These are the kinds of sentences that we need to start putting together using the vocabulary that we've learned over this unit to be able to show that you understand what we've been talking about. So I'm going to encourage you to make sure that you read over that vocabulary, go back over the words that I've posted that are all the vocabulary words that you need to know. Make sure that you understand them. Ask questions today or send me an email if you're struggling. But between today and tomorrow, because tomorrow we have an advisory day, so you'll meet with your advisor in the morning. You could ask Mr. Felsen questions if he happens to be your advisor. And then the rest of the day, you will have to make up assignments. You could be working on these formative. So if there is a short form answer, if there's a long form answer where you have the opportunity to write, it is not okay for you to write one sentence. It is not okay for you to write 2 or 3 words and think that that's going to answer the question correctly. I need you to expand. I need you to write more. I need you to use these questions to tell me what you know about ecosystems. This is the only opportunity that you get to tell me what you know. If you are a student who wants to get 3s and 4s, you need to be using the vocabulary. You need to be expanding on your answers. Tell me what you know. So even if you think that you're just rambling and you have to, bring in some different scenarios, tell me that you understand the vocabulary and you're going to do really well. So I wish you all luck. Please ask any questions if you have them, and we will talk to you on Thursday.